So everyone, welcome to the official chat back for Black Queer Town Hall. My name is Bob the Drag Queen, one of the co-founders of Black Queer Town Hall. I'm also the president of Black Queer Town Hall, as Naomi would say. Peppermint is our chairperson of the board. And I do swear a lot. I'm trying to swear a hair less. I'm not trying to scrub my entire vocabulary of swearing. But I'm also going to open up my YouTube so I can follow along in the chat and keep up to date with what you all are saying over there as well.
I opened the Restream chat on your computer so you can see the chats from your YouTube, Facebook, and...
Oh, there she is. All right, I can see all of you over on the chat. Thank you all so much for joining. Now, just so everyone knows, the only people who are in, thank you for all these nice comments you all are leaving me here. Just so everyone knows, if you are watching this, we have like a studio audience, and the studio audience is from our Patreon, and then we also have people watching from at home. And I want to go ahead and thank everyone for helping out with just really a remarkable event that was Black Queer Town Hall. We were able to raise just from our GoFundMe alone. We did a wild 24-hour stream, which I will be opening the floor for people to come in and chat about the 24-hour stream, because that was wild. And if you want to join the actual chat, we have 340 people in the actual Zoom room, which means there's room for just about 700 more. You can go and join the Sibling Rivalry Patreon, because I don't trust the people on Twitter. Let's just put it that way. I want to start out by going through the room, and you can also, if you're here in the Zoom, you can type up your responses. If anyone has any questions about the 24-hour stream, I want to start with talking about the madness that was a 24-hour stream. And I am in here in the Zoom chat looking. If you type up a nice question, like an interesting question about that, I will flag it and I will give you a chance to open up and talk about it, because it was okay. Ashley, I'm gonna bring Ashley to the foreground. Ashley, you are unmuted. Welcome to the Zoom. Welcome to the show. Ashley, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
I'm gonna remove pin so everyone can see you. Ashley, so what is your question about the 24-hour stream?
Okay, I had two. One was, how long did you sleep afterwards? And the second was, I just want to know more about, like, why did you choose New York City ambiance when you had...
Okay, so if anyone doesn't know, what happened was, over on my YouTube page and my Facebook, all the places, I did this wild 24-hour stream. And so what happened was, I slept for about 2 hours right afterwards. Like right after the thing was said and done, I slept for like roughly 2 hours. But then I had to wake up, and I did a Peloton event with Trixie Mattel. So me and Trixie had to go do a Peloton event together, and it wasn't public, it wasn't private, it was like a public in-house, like talking to the Peloton people, being like, this is why diversity and pride are important. And so I woke up 2 hours later to do that, and then me and my friends went around, did a little shopping, and then I fell asleep in the middle of the day, which was great. And then I fell asleep at 10 o'clock, woke up at 7. Then I kind of felt reset. And we were able, and I chose New York City ambiance maybe because I missed it. You know, I used to live on the first floor of a corner apartment in New York City. So I lived in a very, Mitch can tell you, I lived in a very noisy neighborhood. And my block was popping. Like popping, it was popping. And yeah, it was wild. So I decided to just sleep today, and I slept for 2 hours. But honestly, we raised about $2,500 while I was sleeping.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was there. It was awesome. We were all trying so hard to when Bob wakes up, let's make him surprised. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, that would have been great, because it was really beautiful. And then when we woke up, we ended up making, it was crazy, $20,000 in the last 2 hours. And, you know, I was like, I should fall asleep. But I was like, I cannot fall. Like, I was going to, I'm going to leave. But I was like, no, I was going to sleep on camera, wake up, and get back into it, which was really lovely. raised $20K in the last like 2 hours, and that money goes directly toward Black Queer Town Hall, which is a 2-day event. Obviously, if you all saw all of the on-air talent. You saw Big Frida, you saw B. Steadwell, you saw Monet Exchange, you saw Mila Jam, you saw Miss Major, you saw Queen Jean, Eves. Like, there were a lot of people. So whenever we like are raising this money, it is going toward all the Black queer people and the allies who help us put together this amazing show. We have so many editors. There's like a lot of people who go into putting this phenomenal event together. So thank you so much, Ashley, for joining us in that. Also, Bob, is your career as an IT tech still thriving? I did not do IT tech. I mean, I was basically trying to like, I learned a lot about computers. You know, my technological growth during that was pretty phenomenal.
I'm pretty proud of you.
Thank you. How did you pick the talent? Let's go with Anita.
Anita. Like, was there from the beginning to end, like really like legitimate there, like the whole 24 hours.
That's Anita. You are pinned, Anita. Hello. I mean, hello, Anita.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Good. I don't want to show my face because I'm not in full beach out.
That's okay. That is okay.
I just have to say, Bob, one thing I have to let you know. Thank you for doing all that you do for Black drag queens. I do have to tell you that because I am a new queen who's only been doing drag for 7 months now.
Oh, welcome to the world, baby. Welcome to the world.
Thank you. I've been watching you forever. So yeah, it's a crazy 7 months. But I had one question. How did you pick the talent? Because like, a lot of people that I know, like I stayed up, I work at 6 a.m. and I still had a gig and was watching in the middle of the gig. I was watching the whole time. And I had to say it was definitely something different that I love to see. And I wanted to know, like, how did you pick the talent and how can like smaller drag queens get involved in Black Town?
So for Black queer talent, so there's two things. So I had some talent for the 24-hour stream, which was not all Black. They're all people of color, but they were not all Black. We had Ezra Michelle, who's my partner, who plays music and he's really talented. We had Jared Goldstein, who is a comedian. We had Solomon Giorgio, who is also a great comedian. And I met Solomon through an old friend of mine named Zach Noy Towers. And I just was seeing his work. I thought he was so funny. Now, in terms of Black Queer Town Hall talent, there's a group of us who all get together, mostly me and Pep, who are handpicking this talent based on, throughout the year, we just see people. A lot of it is New York based because it is a New York Pride event. Everyone's not New York based, but a lot of the talent from Black Queer Town Hall, a lot of them, like most of those drag performers, because we had a drag king as well. Most of those drag performers were all New York based, and they are all just people basically that me and Pep have known for years doing drag. Yeah.
Now, would you consider doing one with smaller drag queens who are just new in the industry? So I feel like that's like something that like is like caught upon, because I know seeing myself, like, sometimes it's kind of like discouraging with like younger, smaller queens, seeing the same faces over and over again, and like there's a lot of fresh talent out there. I mean, like I see people like newer queens and I look at them and I'm like, holy shit, like it's crazy like what quarantine can do to like people who were afraid to do it. And I feel like it's time. I feel like a lot of like, I'm not going to call you older queen. I'm going to call you a seasoned queen. Drag me. Finish her. Drag her. No, but like being like a seasoned queen as yourself, I feel like, you guys don't get to see a lot of us because like you guys follow other people. And I feel like I said, I'm not going to be shady, but like, I feel as though like my performance ability is unmatched for somebody who's only been doing drag for 7 months.
Work.
And so like, I mean, if you guys want to follow me, follow Need Attention on social media, but I'm telling you right now, I bring the fucking house down. Backflips and heels, like jumping off a fucking side of tables and chairs, doing flips on chairs. I bring stripping poles to performances. Like I don't play around.
Well, I will tell you this: as a seasoned queen, I will not be doing any of that. Okay, let me tell you something real quick too. I was talking to someone recently.
It's the knees for me.
I don't have Megan's knees. I have Bernie Sanders' knees. I was talking to
not Donald Trump.
No, not that. I was talking to someone recently about. It's so weird. We were talking about like the history of drag, and when when I was talking to this person about the history of drag, I thought they were calling me to get a young hip queen's perspective. I didn't realize I was the history. Girl, I didn't know I was the history. I said
they said, oh, we gotta take notes from the old bitch. Okay.
I said I started drag in 2009.
Now let me ask Bob, let me ask you a serious question. I know
Yes.
this is a serious question from me to you, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because like this is like a goal of mine. This is like I'm shaking right now, so I'm sorry. But are you still having the House of Bob the Drag Queen still open?
So here's the thing. So in terms of the House of the Drag Queen, I haven't had a drag kid since probably Alphresia, my drag daughter, who is so my friend Free is just literally just an old friend of mine who I've known for years in New York City, and I've been calling him Free Alphresia. His name is Alfredo since I met him, and then one day he decided to start doing drag, and I was like, I guess I'm your drag mom now, and I mean I did teach him a few things here and there. Most of my drag daughters are actually a little bit older than me. There's Ray Scandalo de la Verga, Lily Heavenly, Honey LeBronx.
I love Lily Heavenly.
Yep, Lily Heavenly, Honey LeBronx, Judy Darling, Miss Cracker. Monet is, I mean, because Monet and I really respect what it is to be a drag mom, we don't claim me as her drag mom, but I really did raise Monet. Monet's drag mom is Honey Davenport, but that's because Monet asked her to be her...
what? I did not know that.
Yes. So what happened was Monet actually asked Honey Davenport to be her drag mom, but then they kind of just stopped communicating on that level.
Yeah.
And then Monet just kind of like landed in my drag family, in my drag house, basically. And we would just... I taught her how to sew.
Somebody said child. Somebody said
child neglect. Call CPS on Honey Davenport. I would, over at my house, I would teach Monet about drag, how to sew, how to get gigs, all this other stuff. But then I just call Monet my sister. I'm her big sister because she's not officially my drag daughter. So Monet is kind of my drag daughter, but not really. So there's that. But where do you live, Anita?
Okay, so I live all the way in Altoona, Pennsylvania. However, are you in New York?
I live in Los Angeles now.
Well, I guess I got to make a trip because no, I'm serious, Bob. Like your aesthetic, just how you are, the Banshee cunt that you are, and just the shady bitch that you are. I need that. I always said these three people. I swear to God, I've always said these three people.
The clavicle, honey.
Yes, but no, the only three people I've always said if I ever had to pick a drag family would be three people. And I want to keep it, no shade, no disrespect, no racism, but I want to keep it in a black household. I said Monet, number one, because that bitch is just sickening.
All right, number one. All right, mute Anita. She said Monet, number one. Mute. I'm kidding.
Number two, Shea Coulee.
No, I'm three. Am I three?
No, I'm just saying one of the three people. I'm not. It's no specific order. No, Bob. No, no specific. No, I'm serious. I'm asking you. Do you know how many times I've commented underneath your post? Like honestly, like if I had to pick a drag parent, it would probably be you number one first because you're the most versatile in this industry. You know.
Oh, you're sweet. I bullied you into that answer.
No. My mouth is reckless, and I feel like I need somebody to like. Your mouth is reckless too, but you know when and where to do it. I don't.
Well, I'm gonna take this moment to uplift Anita attention. What's your Instagram?
As _ ANITA.
Wait, _ Anita.
ANI. Yep. And then dot.
Uh-huh.
And then tension. TENSION. Like, get it? I need attention.
Oh, I got it right away. Right away. I got it. All right, let's all take a moment to jump over to Anita Tension's page and give Miss Thing some love. And we are scrolling through Miss Tension's Instagram. Now, this is being cast out on the YouTube and the Facebook.
Hey, YouTube. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all.
So let's see if we can get this follower up to at least 3,900. 10K. Wow, Mary, there's not that many people watching right now. Let's see if we can get up to it. At least 3,900. I mean, okay, which one of these are we gonna click to see the stunts? Oh, Gams.
Oh, click feet, go up.
Uh-huh.
All the way up to the go down a little bit. One of me in the Mortal Kombat looking out at the green one on the
this
left.
one.
Yep.
All right, yep. We're not gonna do audio because I don't want to get kicked off the stream because of because of.
Oh wait, we gotta change the sharing option in OBS. 1 second.
Oh wait, what's happening? Are they not seeing this?
Oh, the YouTube is not seeing it.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. You know, we'll actually. I will let everyone. How do you do that, Mitch? Is that something you can do easily, or is it going to be a whole thing?
Let me see. I think it might be pretty easy.
Because I'm sharing it with all the Patreon Zoom people.
Thank you. Listen, child, my bug was not beat before, child. And there's this drag queen named Hexa. She actually taught me a lot of my shit. So kudos to her.
Okay, work. Well, Mitch, I figure if it's okay, it's not showing up. As long as the Patreon people are seeing it.
If you fast forward, you'll be able to find the flip if you just keep fast forwarding it.
Not the folks in the YouTube being like, oh, we don't get to see the.
They don't want to see a need. Oh, they want to see Miss Tension, honey. They want to see Miss Tension. But
it's okay, Mitch. Just put it back. It's okay. I got it, Mitch. I got it.
I also make my own beats. I dye all my own wigs. I do that all myself. Like.
Oh, do you now?
Yes.
Well, listen, y'all. Follow Miss Anita, and honestly, if you really want to talk about actually like hopping in there and like learning a little about drag, I do not have a lot of time to mother the children like I used to back in the day. But that being said, if I'm actually out there with someone and I have time to, show love, drag is my passion. I've never been as lucky as when I found drag and how much it means to me, and it really means a lot to me. So, slide. I'm about to follow you, and then,
no fucking way.
And slide in the DMs, and then we'll chat. How about that?
Period. I'm not kidding. Listen. I'm telling you right now, I might fangirl for the first 5 days. I'm sorry now.
_ Anita Tension. Boom. Wow. By the way, it doesn't say follow back. Wow. Anita's not following
Bob,
me.
No. Grab her.
But who is she following? Shea Kool-Aid?
Listen, no, go to my Instagram. I literally got an outfit remade to match Shea Kool-Aid's outfit.
No, I'm being silly. I love you. See, this is part of being in the house of the queen. I'm gonna let the children have it. All right, I'm gonna move on. I love you so much. Mwah.
I love you too. Bob.
Of course. We can also move on now to questions about Black Queer Town Hall. If anyone has any questions about Black Queer Town Hall and the event, so we had 2 days. By the way, if you want, you can still donate to the Black Queer Town Hall GoFundMe. We're still doing a few more days of fundraising. There's no pressure. You all have done a lot to help out with Black Queer Town Hall, and I don't ever want to make that feel unclear. But if you have the ability, feel free. And if you're on Facebook, feel free to share this, or on YouTube, or share it somewhere. I'm just gonna look at y'all. If you raise your hand and if wave your actual hand or arm or face at me. And if you have what feels like a good question, I'll jump in and we can have a quick chat. I do want to be able to keep them a little bit quicker so we can move a little bit faster. So I'm just looking out for the people here who are gesturing and waving at me. And of course, we're going from the studio audience. Jalen, are you waving your hand or are you doing your hair? I can't wait. Jalen, I'm unmute. Jalen. I can't wait. Are you waving your hand or are you doing your hair? Which one is it?
I'm doing my hair, but you caught me on my last twist. I was literally almost done, and then you called me.
Oh, well, Jalen, you do your hair, Jalen. Do your hair.
Okay.
I was like, is Jalen trying to get my attention? What's going on? Nadaria, are you waving at me, Nadaria? All right, Nadaria, you are up on the chat. Nadaria, how are you?
I'm good, Bob. How are you?
I'm great. Do you have any questions or anything about Black Queer Town Hall?
I sure do. So first and foremost, I just want to let you know that I'm super excited to speak to you. You are my absolute favorite drag queen of all time.
What about Shea Kool-Aid and Monet? I'm just kidding. Like Anita. No,
what? Anyway.
No, playing.
No, hailing from your real hometown. Hello, Georgia in the building. Sorry.
Where you from in Georgia?
Anyway, I'm actually from specifically in Cobb County, but I'm not from Albany.
I know. Oh, I'm about to say Albany. Now, anyone this is how you know someone's from Albany. No one from Albany says Albany. Everyone from Albany says Albany.
Albany.
Yes.
Albany. So if someone says, "Oh, you're from Albany, Georgia," no. But anywho, to keep it back to my question, so it more so has to deal with, how Peppermint was talking about how having, celebrity speakers speak for the event, things of that sort. I know you all had Hill Hopper and things. Mm-hmm. One, how does it feel trying to seek out help and speakers from those who are of a higher status? And two, how did it feel specifically to have Hill Harper come and speak?
Yes. Just to Katya J on YouTube, I am watching the YouTube chat. I am looking directly at. They're like, "Are you even watching?" Yes, I am watching the YouTube chat. Here's how it actually is interesting because last year, and what are your pronouns, Nadiria?
Oh, she, her.
Work. Last year, we reached out to a lot of high-profile cis straight black men, and we literally got 0 responses. And I mean literally. It was actually really wild. We had a segment of the show last year where we allowed like these famous cis black guys to come forward and say Black trans lives matter, and we got none. This year we got 1. Now, I'm not completely oblivious to the fact that some of that may have to do with the fact that we had very little warning for the show last year. Some of that may have to do with the fact that these people are very famous and very busy. For example, we do have people like Dwayne Wade. I mentioned what we're talking to Miss Major. There are people like Dwayne Wade who are out here doing the good work and talking about how Black trans lives matter. That is a thing that is happening. And I want to be clear that I know that's happening in the world. That being said, we need, like Miss Major said, we need more. Dwayne Wade saying that his daughter's life is valid isn't enough. And not only that, but like a Black trans woman shouldn't have to be your daughter for her life to matter.
Exactly. And that's extremely important because I know what I noticed. I don't know if anybody else did. When the pandemic started in 2020, like all of a sudden Pride Month was like made bigger and grander by all these larger companies, and all these celebrities started saying more things of that sort. And my first thought was, why would it take that for it to be popular across the board for so many people to say things? Or people didn't say anything until Miss Caitlyn Jenner, was a trendy thing. So it's like a lot of celebrities do things when it's trendy, but not necessarily when it's most impactful. So, and that's why I had posed the question, because I feel like you all are doing such great things, but unless it's like cat cow, nobody's really trying to be as involved, especially if you think about how many people are celebrity judges on Drag Race and Legendary and all these other people who claim to be representatives, who are allies, but yet, when you actually try to get them to come and help them to show out, a lot of them don't actually sacrifice the time and put in the effort to do so.
Yeah, so basically that a part of that is why we like to put our really important messaging in with these also equally as important performances, because visibility is every bit as important as the messages themselves. So we'll have like Big Frida, the queen of bounce, and then right before that we're going to talk to you about how trans athletes need to be considered and how we cannot take young trans girls out of these teams and rob them of their high school experience. And then we might have Monet Exchange giving an amazing Caribbean song, and then after that we're going to talk to Miss Major about her activism and Queen Jean about her activism. So that is why we like to mix in our messaging of acceptance and listening and understanding and exposure along with the fun stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, because Miss Pretty was giving my full twerking fantasy.
Oh, girl.
I felt real Atlanta. I felt real New Orleans. I was like,
I was sweating and I was sitting on my couch. I was like, why am I sweating watching Big Frida?
Exactly. But thank you so much, Bob. I'm trying to remember when y'all's tour date is to come back through to Atlanta, but I'll definitely try to come through.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks. Nice.
Thank you. And if you all want to donate to the Black Queer Town Hall GoFundMe, you can go to blackqueertownhall.org and give if you can. Do not go broke trying to give, and if you can't give, you can share. Again, the money goes toward that. Maya with a crescent moon, you are up to chat. How are you?
Hi, guys. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me. First of all, let me say that I did love Black Queer Town Hall. I kind of was late into the second one because I was asleep, but I'm going to rewatch it.
That's okay. Still available. It's still up.
And it also gave me like a vibe in college. We always used to have like these banquets, and it just really brought me back to that. And I just love the whole arena. But my question is, when you guys are manifesting this for next year, when it's in person, are you guys going to have more so of like a tour? Or are you going to just have like one city? And if so, where are you thinking of having? I want to go.
Oh, a tour, child. We haven't even considered that. So we were just talking, and by we I mean literally just a few. But we haven't even had another Black Queer Town Hall meeting since the event. But we were discussing it's more than likely going to be in one place, and this is this is unofficial, off the record. But I'm not sure if it's going to be we're torn between having it be a conference, meaning like a weekend of Black queerness. Yeah. And people can like come and have workshops and classes and go to these panels and speeches live, or if we want to have it just be one evening. I mean, if it's one evening, we might need to cut down our panels because it's just one evening. And you know, those panels you saw were edited down for time, and the full versions will be available on our YouTube page pretty soon. So we're working on it. We haven't, when we conceived Black Queer Town Hall, we didn't even think about doing it more than once, let alone doing it in person. So we're about to find out what all that is. Like, what are your pronouns, by the way, Maya?
Oh, she, hers.
Work.
I mean, personally, I would love to have, if y'all had even a 3-day weekend, like a festival kind of thing, like a conference. I would love that. I think that would be a great.
Oh, I would love that. Where are you located?
I'm in Louisiana. I'm in this place called Bossier City, but it's tiny.
You know, I know it because I travel to small towns.
And I met Mario.
Oh, really?
Yes, Mario is Shrimp down here.
Yeah, so we were in well, he goes by Demario. Yeah, we were in Ruston, Louisiana. If you all don't know, me, Shangela, and Eureka have a show on HBO called We're Here, where we went to Ruston, Louisiana, and we travel around the Texas, Louisiana area, honey. This little queer kid from Columbus, Georgia gets around, okay?
Yes. It's
all right.
Okay.
Thank you, Maya.
Thank you, Bob.
As a reminder, if you all want to help with the funding of Black Queer Town Hall, you can always do that over on our GoFundMe. And I'm really thankful. Thank you so much for helping us get to 70K during that stream. I mean, let me tell you right now, I cannot even say how phenomenal what you all helped us do. We got to 68,000 from 2,000 literally in 24 hours. That is wild. That is beyond. That, like, thank you to everyone who helped tune in. And again, that money goes toward all those people you see on screen and the people behind helping put the show together. And our fundraising goal was 100,000. We got to 70. And we're still going. So thank you so much for helping out. All right, let's do like maybe 3 more. Deontay Nelson, what are your pronouns? And welcome to the floor. Ooh, not replace the pen. Deontay, you're here. You're the main pinned one. I've done myself a dirty, but I'm figuring it out. So go ahead, Deontay. How are you?
Hey. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I can't even. I don't know what happened. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Deontay. We can hear you perfectly well. And everyone on YouTube, I am watching. Also, by the way, before we go too much further, let me tell you right now, I do not know the name of the interpreter. Yes, they were very beautiful. I agree. I was gagged. They were absolutely gorgeous. I do not know their names. I do not know their Instagram @ there was a company that reached out. We paid a company. I'm not going to dox the beautiful ASL interpreter so y'all can be be horny. Okay. So sorry, Deontay. What are your pronouns, Deontay?
My pronouns are he, him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, this is so scary.
Don't be scared.
I was like, there's a bit of a lag too, so I'm gonna try my best to like listen in.
That's okay. You're so cute. Do you have a question?
I do have a question. Okay. So for the Black Queer Town Hall, I said, I wrote it down on my phone. I said, was there anything that you wanted to do as far as like, okay, other than performances in the forum, is there anything that you wanted to do to like also highlight Black voices and people of color voices and stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, no. Thank you so much. So, a lot of the stuff that we do, we're not able to do it all during Black Queer Town Hall, but luckily, over at Black Queer Town Hall, we were able to do some of that throughout the year. So we did an event called we did a STEM event. You know what STEM is? STEM is sciencey stuff. It's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Exactly. So we did a STEM event, which was a bunch of queer and mostly Black scientists who were game changers in the world of science. Now, I don't know that it's necessarily because this event was hours. And I mean, it was like a full conference, like hours and hours. So I don't know that it would have been appropriate for Black Queer Town Hall because it is so targeted and is so specific. And if you don't know science, you can just feel really lost when they start talking about science stuff. But we were able to highlight that, and it felt really nice. And we also do events. We also have done some local events. We did Twin Cities Black Queer Excellence. So we did a digital event for Twin Cities in conjunction with Twin Cities Pride. So we've been able to do some stuff that we can't necessarily do, or we don't feel is particularly appropriate for Black Queer Town Hall. Also, everyone's calling you Young Monet. Oh my God, this is me with Monet in high school.
That is such a compliment. And Anita beat me to the punch. I also want to get started in drag, but I don't have nowhere to start. And I also said between you and Monet, I would love for y'all to be my drag parents.
Messy drag aunts. This is back when Monet had. Oh my God, you and Anita. Oh my God, Anita is me and you're Monet. This is. Oh my God. I'm like, Deontay, it's me from the future. I'm telling you, don't do drag. Deontay, listen, Deontay, it's me. I'm you from the future. But like 3 years in the future. Anyway, Deontay, listen. We need to get you and Anita together to do the young version of Sibling Rivalry. We'll call it Sibling Rivalry with hair.
Oh my gosh. The only reason why my hair is so short is because I'm also in the military. I'm in the National Guard for Georgia.
Oh, everyone from Georgia. Oh my goodness.
So short.
Well, thank you for your service. That feels I'm
from Yonkers.
I'm so from Columbus, Georgia, that without thinking I always say thank you for your service. It is ingrained in me. It is ingrained in me as a Southerner, especially from a military town from Columbus, Georgia. So, you know, that's Fort Benning, where they do all the airborne training. It's the home of the infantry. So whenever I also don't want anyone in the chat on Patreon or YouTube or anywhere to roast me. I'm going to say this one time. I don't want to hear no mess. I used to work at Chick-fil-A. I don't want to hear it. I was young and I needed the money. I used to work at Chick-fil-A, and we used to have to say that a lot. So anyway, thank you for your service. Well, listen, if you really want to get started in drag, I'm telling you right now, honestly, the best place to get started in drag is going to be on YouTube. That's where I learned so much of my drag. YouTube helped me with every single thing that I need to know. And then also going out and getting involved in the local scene. Mary, you're in New York City. There is no better place. Or you're in New York. I don't know if you're in New York City or not. But in New York, make your way down to the city, and there is so much drag to be seen there. There is so much phenomenal moments to, like, it's really amazing. I'm going to jump ahead. Thank you so much for your question, Deontay. Mwah. I'm going to get one of my favorites patrons, Dominique Hayden. Welcome to the chat. How are you?
Fine. Can you hear me?
I can. How are things?
Okay, cool. Good.
Remember, I just want to remind everyone watching, we are streaming on YouTube. So I want everyone to know, whatever you say here, we are streaming.
Right. Okay, so my question is, Black Queer Town Hall next year is going to be like more of an in-person thing, correct?
Yes.
Have you considered doing something like a raffle or something to that effect for those of us who have literally zero opportunity to come in person?
So what we are going to be doing, and we were just talking about this actually, even though there's going to be an in-person part to it, we're still going to have a digital aspect. So if you can't actually make it to New York to see it, we're still going to stream it so that people can watch the show from home. Because something that really hit me this pandemic, I realized that so many folks were like, "Oh my God, I never get to see drag. I never saw this much drag because I have kids, because I live in the middle of the woods, because I'm disabled, because I have crippling anxiety." You know, the phrase crippling anxiety is like a buzzword for TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, but it really stops people from leaving their houses. Like actual crippling anxiety can stop people from doing so much stuff. So I am definitely much more interested in continuing my online life because I know how much it means for people to have access to these things, because everyone's back in the real world. And you know, we tonight we had to compete with real world pride, like pride in the streets. Like Black Queer Town Hall last year, we were all in our houses. This year we had to compete on Saturday and Sunday with the clubs and shows and dances. Like, so I'm gonna try to, like, you know, keep that going.
Yeah, that sounds like awesome. I see what you're saying. Like, as far as like people who are, like, I'm in that type of situation. Like, I'm a housewife. I don't go anywhere. I don't do nothing. It just don't happen. So it's kind of like I enjoy seeing the online stuff, but also like I just don't really see any other opportunity outside of that. And it's like, I mean, it's different for every person, whatever. And like, hopefully y'all come to Texas. And if you come, like in September, I'll see you. I'll be there.
I will be there.
But I'm very excited. But other than that, it's like, it's really just never going to happen for me. And I know I can't be the only one in this situation. Like, I've been a patron since the beginning, essentially. Like, I'm always there.
Not the crunchy days. Not the crunchy days. Not the crunchy days.
The crunchy days. I was driving today because I had to go pick up my kids. So I was in the car for 7 hours. The whole time, when my Bluetooth in, I started it over season 1, episode 1. It was
no, don't not season 1, episode 1.
It's a mess, and I was listening to a lot of chewing. Monet was doing the chewing, but I mean, I'm a stan. I've always be a stan. Like my husband, I know y'all talked about this before. Like the Omegas, the ones who were bark and are aggressive. He's in that fraternity. Mm-hmm. I got him to switch over, but now he's back to not liking the gays again, and it's my fault because he's tired of hearing you and Monet talk all the time.
Well, let's make him like. Listen, I would say don't like Monet, but like the gays. No, I'm kidding. No, love Monet. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm teasing. No, Stan Monet. Also, Monet was really. Y'all, on Black Queer Town Hall tonight, Monet was so good. If you have not watched it, go back and watch. It's on the YouTube. Like that's one of those moments where I'm like, that is my fucking, you know, that go best friend, that's my best friend. That is really how I feel when I get to see Monet like up on that stage killing it. And I'm really grateful to you, Dominique, to Ren, to Amber, to Joya, to Salim, to Alexis, to, I mean, and so many of the patrons, Lemon Pie. I'm so grateful to so many of the patrons who like hang out and who've been here for a while and who show up to the stuff. It really means a lot. And you know, Dominique can attest, and Ren, and they can all attest that, you know, we've really been, I've really taken seriously how me and Monet do. I will say this, back in the day, me and Monet's Patreon was mess. But now that we realize when you when you take care of your plants, when you take care of your things, they will thrive. And I think the reason why me and Monet have one of the most successful Patreons is because we take care of the patrons, and we provide the content, and we spend time with you all. And we have a viewing party coming up, which I'm sure you all know about. It should be somewhere in the schedule. I'm going to take maybe 2 more. I love you, Dominique. Mwah. I'm going to take maybe 2 more. Let me go through. Again, if you want to go over to our Patreon, our GoFundMe, it is just go to blackqueertownhall.org. Mitch, how you hanging in? Oh, you muted yourself.
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you hanging? How you doing, Mitch?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm gonna go to this young looking person. I'm gonna go to Jordan Smith. You look I'm talking to the youth. Jordan, what are your pronouns?
Hello, Bob. How are you?
I'm great. Oh, you are. You're not? I don't think you're stateside. What are your pronouns?
I'm he, him. I'm from Australia.
I hear that. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm in a pretty good mood. What time is it where you are? It is 9.
It is.
It is 9 o'clock here in Los Angeles.
It'd be midday at least here.
You don't have a clock on the phone?
Look. I am having you on the side, all right? I can't look.
All right, so what's going on, Jordan? What you say your pronouns? Did you say your pronouns are he, him? Is that what you said?
Yeah, he, him, his,
Work. So what can I do for you, Jordan?
Oh, so I was just asking because obviously I have my hand up and shit. But I was just wondering, have you ever thought of doing like an international, like different branches of queer hall?
Black Queer Town Hall?
Kind of.
So, we've had a few people reach out to us. So we ended up doing, I realized that you're pinned and I'm not pinned anymore. I'm just going to try to remedy that real quick. In terms of Black Queer Town Hall having multiple spaces, I actually love that. And it is New York based right now, although we have talent from all around America. We don't have talent so much outside of America, to be honest, but we have done some things in like Twin Cities. It is a Black Queer Town Hall event, and we did the STEM event. We also did a little bit with Afropunk and stuff like that. So I would love to see other factions of Black Queer Town Hall popping up and having existences outside of America, because I really think it is important, especially oftentimes, to uplift Black queer voices in places where they're even more marginalized than they are here in America. I will say I've been to Australia, and people of color are few and far apart in Australia, and I can only imagine.
Because I'm what most people within Australia would be considered Black, but I'm not African American Black. I'm Aboriginal Australian. So where I'd be considered Black from here. And actually, a good amount of my family have been good, protesters, activists and such. Like my grandmother was a founding member of the Australian Black Panther Party when they came here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so my family has been a very strong and very vocal, family. They've helped my community and such. And I've always felt like, in my, at least who I am, I've always wanted to branch out and give different ways to help others, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure. That makes one thing to help others and people who are like you is the story of my life. A big reason why I do events like Black Queer Town Hall, someone tweeted out the other day, and it really would have made, even if this one person was the only one who had seen it, I would have been like, this is everything. Someone was like, if I would have had this when I was younger, growing up as a Black trans kid would not have been so hard. If there would have been a Black Queer Town Hall when I was a kid, it just wouldn't have been this hard. And I know how much it meant for me to see Black queer people on my television. I know how much it meant to see Leah on America's Best Dance Crew when I was in college or high school. I remember being like, I cannot believe that she's on my screen. She's the first trans person I ever saw on TV. I know how much it meant to me to see RuPaul on my TV when I was a kid and when I was an adult. I know how much it means to, I know how much all that meant to me. So I hope that maybe I can be a great bit of representation for someone. And I do not see myself as some role model for kids. I've never seen myself as a kid's role model, but I do think that I am a person who is visible and that my visibility helps.
Yeah, absolutely. You have built yourself upon of being you have built something that most others wouldn't have thought of, maybe at least a decade ago, at least. Maybe I'm not going to claim that. I won't say that, but it feels like the people who've acted upon it don't get that voice, and you've actually helped amplify that voice for them.
Yeah, I love amplifying. I will say this. My friends have a saying, if Bob says it out loud, it's going to happen. Because I just do stuff. I have 1,000 ideas and I try to do them all. Maybe I should zone in on a few, and maybe I should say less things out loud. But I also obviously want to acknowledge that I clearly could have never achieved half of the things that I'm achieving if it was not for the people who did it before me. And I know, and I'm well aware of that. The only reason I'm able to even be on television and out loud and even know the words non-binary because of people before me who have figured that. So Jordan, thank you so much. I'm gonna move along, and also I do not know how old Jordan is, but y'all need to calm down in the chat.
No, I'm 19.
Oh,
I'm 19.
19. All right, thank you, Jordan. Jordan's 19. I'm gonna do two more. I'm gonna do lemon pie and Ren. Lemon pie. I'm going to I'm trying to boop. There we go. Lemon pie. I am unmuting you and bring you to the forefront. Hello there.
Hi.
How are you?
I am fantastic. I don't know if we've spoken a few times, but I've never gushed. I'm always like literally shaking because I have such a crush on you.
Me? Is it the clavicle?
Yeah. I mean, it's the whole package, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Mostly your brain, honestly. I just love you. You're
how very Hannibal Lecter of you.
Oh God, not that way.
No, I'm kidding.
No Chianti, no fava beans, I promise. So I'm working with a foundation that is we're doing clothing swaps for queer and trans people.
Mm-hmm.
And the couple that I started working with, one is a trans woman, and we were having a conversation, and I mentioned you, and her partner was like, "Oh, you would like Bob. They're great. They're an activist, blah blah blah." And she just kind of like looked at me and went off on a tangent, kind of, and was like, "All drag queens are transphobes. Most gay men that I've ever met are transphobes."
Work.
And I identify. I don't look it, but I identify as a gay man. It is very complicated. I'm just starting my foray into figuring out who the fuck I am.
Yeah, and just anyone anyone in the chat who may not understand what lemon means. A lot of times your gender expression, your gender identity, your pronouns, they don't always have what people see on TV. So people will see a woman who uses she, her pronouns, who dresses like a woman. And a lot of times, exploring your gender identity. So I understand what you're saying on that one.
Yeah, and I just, I got really defensive. My ears got hot. I was just and I even quoted Shangela. I was like, whoa, baby, whoa.
Whoa, baby, whoa.
And then she said, RuPaul's a transphobe because she has the song. And I was like, well, okay, yeah, that's not great. But it also meant something different back then. And Lady Bunny has talked about the fact that words that the youth use today are words that she heard before she got, attacked and things like that. So it's words change meaning. And I tried to explain that. But it was just I was so overwhelmed and I didn't know, I was just whoa, you're attacked. I was like, there's, if you want to hate RuPaul, that's fine. That's your personal thing. But before we go attacking
Bob, I'm kidding.
Well, okay, first of all, there's that, because my whole thing was, I was like, say whatever the fuck you want about RuPaul, but don't you dare come for Bob the drag queen, because I will fucking cut you.
No, I will say this. So
no, I wouldn't.
So in terms of that, I will say this, and I don't want to negate that person's experience, because I've been in a lot of situations where my drag queen friends are transphobic. I've been in a lot of situations like that, and the person that you're talking about probably had some situations with drag queens that really turned them off to queens in general, and it would be asinine to me to say that drag queens aren't transphobic, because drag queens are not monolithic. Drag queens are a lot like human beings. So if you find transphobia in the world, you will find it in the drag nation. If you find racism in the world, you'll find it in drag. And not only that, but I am one of those. I got in trouble on Billboard for speaking my mind about certain things. But I feel like to be raised in this world, we are all inherently biased against trans people because of everything we've been taught. And I recommend everyone go out and watch the movie Disclosure, because it really showed. I will never forget watching the movie Ace Ventura And there was and I remember being a kid and laughing at it. So I was indoctrined into transphobia. And without my permission. And I believe that when in America you are doctrined into racism, you are indoctrined into xenophobia, you are indoctrined into all of the stuff without our permission, and it is our jobs to undo what that means. We have to then also everyone's asking Lemon Pie, what are your pronouns?
Oh, I don't care. She, her, they, them, he, him. I don't. Yeah.
Got it.
Whatever. I'm a party.
Yeah, I'm he and she, which really confused me. I'm like, no, I'm he and she. Like, I know it sounds wild.
Yeah,
which is crazy because back in the day,
because it doesn't matter.
Because back in the day, he, she was an insult, and I'm like, well, I am a he or a she. So like, now what you gonna do? Anyway, but yeah, so it is our job to actively undo all of the non-consensual phobias that have been placed on us. You know what I mean? So that person isn't wrong, and they're not right.
Right.
Exactly. There are a lot of.
That's why it was such a difficult thing to be like, I don't even know how to defend my position because I don't want to invalidate your feelings.
Yeah. And you know, it's a little more nuanced than that. People, you know, the world's not black and white, and I think that, you know, sometimes when I tell folks that you're racist and you have racist things, I'm not saying you're the scum of the earth. What I'm saying is work on this. I always tell folks this. I will never forget this. I was driving in the car with my friend, and we were driving, and there was someone in front of us driving very poorly, very, very poorly, and the person I was in the car with said, "I bet they're Asian." Now, here's the thing. We pulled up to the car and they were Asian. But here's the thing. Whether they were right or whether they were wrong doesn't change whether or not it was racist. That's the most important thing. Whether they were wrong or right. So I always say, if you're walking down the street and a bunch of like huge black guys walk toward you and you cross the street out of some fear, whether or not they were going to mug you or not, it doesn't change that what you did was racist. And that is so hard for some people to comprehend. That is so hard for people to comprehend. And I understand that, but we still have to actively do what we need to do to get that out of our minds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She just said, like, the existence of drag queens made her life almost impossible because she wasn't, and this was her word. I did not say this. She used the term passing. She said she was not passing, and that was why she felt like people looked at her and said that they thought that she was a drag queen. She said drag race was like the reason why her life was difficult, and I was just kind of like, you know, you can have your feelings about the show making things difficult, and it may not be the best version for trans stories, but at the same time, I don't think that's what the vehicle was in the first place. Also, like, this show's existence that less than 10% of Americans watch isn't the reason why the rest of the world is ignorant and horrible.
Well, the thing about that is that there seems to be some insinuation that drag queens and trans people are mutually exclusive, and that's not true. Anyone who watched Black Queer Town Hall tonight knows that my co-host for Black Queer Town Hall is Peppermint. She is a trans-binary person. I am trans non-binary. And so the two it's like when people talk about queer people and also sometimes, I don't know how old this person was, but sometimes older people use some verbiage they're not on yet.
She's young.
Oh well, I don't have the answer.
She's in her late 20s.
Oh well, then you know what? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Me too. That's why I wanted to talk to you about it, because it was like the only two people that I know that I think would have an answer or even just a conversation that would help me would be you or Peppermint, and you know,
I would say probably even more so Peppermint, because you know this is.
Yeah.
I know that drag for some trans people, not all, but drag for a lot of trans people has been a gateway into gender identity, understanding gender expression, getting to play with gender expression, dipping your toes in it, being accepted, finding community. And someone just said, I like the person just posted in the chat here on the Patreon, Which is true. I say often, if I grew up exactly like someone else, and had all the same experience, I would be just like them. And I try to remember that when I want to be judgmental. I'm like, if I would have grew up like you, I would have ended up just like you. I'm gonna hop on to the next person. Thank you so much, Lemon.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it.
Of course. I'm gonna do, let's say, one more unless someone really speaks to me. Ren, you know it's gonna be you. Don't even act. Hey Ren, how are you? And anyone watching right now over on the anyone watching on YouTube right now who's wondering why you're not in the Patreon in this Zoom room, this is through my Patreon. To be fair, this is not like some capitalist thing. I did post it on Twitter and it got crazy. Anyone can see there was like trolls. It was wild. So
y'all was wild. Y'all was acting a fool.
Yeah, y'all was acting brand the fuck new. Anyway, go ahead, Ren.
How you doing, Bob?
Hey, baby. How are you?
You know, I just got off of work.
How was that? How was she, though?
She's all right. I'll get paid tomorrow. Yeah, I did not get to catch this today. I was at work all day. I was working at 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. So I literally just sat 10 hours in a call center. I was like, wow, I could have gotten my black gay ass life. But anyways,
10 hours. You better work.
Yes.
Well, I'm checking the stream right now. Just so you know, I'm not ignoring you. I am checking the stream.
God damn it, Bob.
But go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask a question just because I want to have this is going to be future reference because I plan on doing some kind of event for my college actually because I'm right now in college in Nebraska. So. And it's going to be like, I don't know if I want to make it a benefits concert or I want to make it like a showcase for showcasing like something like the arts and like Black queer art and just like revolutionary arts that speaks to me. Mm-hmm. So what advice would you have for people who want to be a community organizer, stuff like you're doing for Black Queer Town Hall and like what's the first thing you would like think of first before when you're creating a community organizer?
Well, it's nice to understand what community you're targeting and what community you're trying to reach out to. You know, some of my earliest community building was not active, so it wasn't based on activism. So I started doing activism and fundraising very early in my drag, but my drag did not start as that. So I was just doing shows. I remember I would write my own plays. I would like go out to the clubs. I would network. I would meet people, hand out my business cards back when you had to have a business card because it was.
Oh, baby, I still got my old ones from middle school.
Because it was literally before everyone has smartphones. Yes. But a lot of it for me was going out there, meeting people, and then also. Mitch will tell you this. And Mitch, are you still unmuted, Mitch? Can you talk? Hello, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I am not afraid to ask for help. If I cannot do it, I will ask someone to do it for me. I will say, are you comfortable doing this? Will you please help me with this? Because we don't have to be one person teams. Like we don't need to do that. Like that's not Mary, that's not where it is. Like that's I think why Madonna has thrived and why Beyonce has made it so far because they really let a lot of people do stuff for them if they can't do it themselves. Beyonce is like, I don't write all the best songs in the world, so I hire songwriters to help me with it. Madonna's like, I'm not, they're comfortable surrounding themselves with talented people so that they can shine. And I think that as you go along and find your tribe, then that'll all happen for you. Everyone's asking your pronouns. Are your pronouns they, them, yeah?
Yes.
They,
them.
Yes. Everyone in the chat is wondering how to refer to Ren. It is their pronouns are they them.
You can say Ren as well because that is also my name. So
work and you can say Ren and you can say Ren.
Right, like if you don't know my pronouns, you can always say my name. It's easy to say.
But yeah, that is, and also don't be afraid to flop. Like I
oh child. See my Instagram.
Oh my god, one of my biggest flops ever was this show that I was so positive was going to be a huge hit. It was a competition that I wanted to do with Mitch called Work Paper Scissors. It was a rock.
Lord,
it was a rock paper scissors tournament, and the winner was going to get $5,000. In my head, I was like, if we host a rock paper scissors competition and we give out $5,000, people are going to go crazy. Like, it sounds like. And by the way, can I just say, and Mitch, I'm going to have you join the stream for 1 second and vouch, because was it not so fun, Mitch?
Huh?
Did you have fun? Did you not have fun at the event?
I was stressed because okay, no, I didn't.
Drag me.
I was stressed. Well, because we lost a lot of money really fast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. We made no money. We lost so much money. I think we had 30 people come to the event, and we gave out $5,000. So just so you all understand, clearly we didn't charge that much for the tickets. And I think Thorgy's roommate ended up winning, but I was having fun because it was the event itself was like hilarious and it was uproarious, and me and Mitch wrote a song called Work Paper Scissors, and we did like all this like wild stuff to like, get it popping. But I think that Mitch and I learned a lot from that. We learned how much we found the litmus for like when is too soon to do an event without promoting it.
Well, I think we only did it, like, we promoted it for 2 days, right?
And it was on the coldest day of the year.
Oh, it was below freezing. Yeah, we promoted for 2 days, and it was below freezing. And we were like, it's just such a gag to give away $5,000 for a game of rock, paper, scissors. People will show up, and we were wrong.
Yeah, it was wild. And it was also like all the way by the river. It was on 12th Avenue. There were a lot of things working against us, but because of that, we learned so much about, we learned a lot is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we've had some things that just have not worked, but we've always like really approached them as learning experiences. Like, we're learning as we go. This is our first time doing this, and we just try to apply those things to whatever we do next.
Everyone over on the chat is telling you all how beautiful you look, just so you two know. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna thank you so much, Ren. And keep that in mind, and maybe you all see Ren, and they will be doing some phenomenal events. Wait, Ren, where are you based again?
So I'm currently in Nebraska, off the outskirts of Omaha, and I'm in Fremont in Midland University. And I am just here trying to keep afloat and sing, do my music, and also do my studying and work. Work.
All right, so maybe you'll see an event coming to you soon in Nebraska via Ren and their amazing outreach work. All right, I'm just gonna quickly scan the room and see if anyone here is popping out at me. We have been here for a little bit, and I'm really grateful for all of your time. And I just wanted to have this this moment because it's been a really, really phenomenal evening. Jordan Montgomery, you are gonna fall apart if I do not. Jordan said, if you don't pick me, I can't take my next breath. Jordan, how are you?
Oh my God, I'm doing good. How are you?
I know no one's making fun of me because I always say one more. I know. I listen. I love to talk. I don't know. I love to talk.
I thought you were gonna pick me the first time because you said the young person Jordan. I was like, oh my God, it's me.
But there was someone even younger.
I'm like, oh, okay. I'm actually 19 too, so.
Oh, you're well. Their birthdays before. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Just kidding.
I also want to say, hey, Mitch.
Oh God. Oh God. Y'all are.
I'm sorry.
Wow. No one's been that bold. No one's been that bold. Wow, Nene.
I learned it from you.
So what's going on, Jordan?
Nothing. I just really wanted to say, just for like.
Hey, you supposed to say hey to Mitch? You want me to bring Mitch back on the screen?
No. I saw the Amanda Seals what you and Monet did.
Oh yeah.
And when I watched it, I was just like, and I don't know why it's weird to say, but I was like, I'm proud to be Black at this moment when watching that whole video. And I don't like, and I know it's like something dumb, but like it just really struck me when I was watching it. and just learning. And it was really, so I'd just like to say thank you. You and
Jordan,
Renee for like,
that's not dumb. Especially, let me try now. You are young. You are almost half my age, but not yet. Last year you were closer. 18 is 36. I'm 35. 19 is I don't make me do math. But you know, that doesn't sound dumb even a little bit. And I know that, let me tell you, this is why, because a lot of the things that we see, someone said, not Bob justifying his age. Yeah, I do need to justify, because I just turned 35. A lot of times throughout our lives, so much of the stuff that we see, especially as dark-skinned black people, dark-skinned queer AMAB people, and that is, I do not know if you're AMAB. That is an assumption. I apologize. But how do you identify, and what are your pronouns?
He, him, his.
Work. So as dark-skinned queer man, we often get we're told that so much of this is negative. Like all the things that, like the blackness, the darkness, the gayness, the extraness, the being too much, the yes ma'am, yes thing, which comes naturally to us, we're told that it's bad. And then I remember seeing on TV, and I always tell everyone, you've heard this many times, it was seeing BB Zahara Benet on TV. I saw someone, BB Zahara Benet, who's the winner of season 1 of Drag Race. I saw someone who had so many of the qualities that I thought were my detriment. I was like, well, obviously all of these things are bad. But then I saw someone on TV being celebrated, not in spite of all of those things, but because of them. She was being told that made her wonderful, that it made her remarkable, that it made her a winner, that it made her a queen, that it made her royalty. And I was like, wow, wait, are you telling me that all of these things are actually positive? That all of these things are actually good? That they're actually not gonna be my downfall? And, you know, I on season 1 of We're Here, we had a queen named Amelia Blake, and she said, Amelia Blake is a fat, plus-size, non-binary drag performer. And she says, everything about me has been used against me at some point in my life. And think about that. And people who have that experience, everything about me has been used against me. But then you find drag, and you find a community that takes everything that was used against you, and we tell you it's great. So out in the world, they might call you some fat bitch, but here we say, go big bitch, go. You know what I mean? Out in the world, they may call you some dumb N-word, but here we say Nubian queen, black goddess. You know what I mean? Out in the world, they may call you F-A-G-G-O-T, but here we say, yes, girl, you better work. That's my sis right there. You better, like I am a proud queer person. You know what I mean? So it's not dumb to see a reflection and be like, I'm so proud of this. And as you get older, it'll come more and more. And then what makes it more important is it'll start to radiate from you. And then people will see you, Jordan. So when you walk down the street, someone will see that. There will be a young 19-year-old Jordan sliding into my Zoom to hit on my 36-year-old friend. and then
35. I'm 35 for another like 4 or 5 days.
and then you know, because it radiates off you, and that's why I do these things. That's why I make myself visible. That is why I want to keep going forward. Also because I love attention.
Same. That's why I said, hey, Mitch.
All right. Thank you so much, Jordan. Mitch Ferrino on Instagram. Thank you all so much for joining us. Mitch, I want to check in with you before we go. I have to find you on the chat first, though. There you are. Mitch, thank you again for. Oh God, I always replace the pen instead of Cause you can see my screen, right, Mitch?
Uh-huh.
Oh Lord, I am. Oh, not them seeing Joya knocked out. Oh, sweet Joya. Oh, sweet Joya. That's my baby. I love Joya. Mitch, I want to thank you for being one of my best friends and for helping out with this. And I really want you to know that for me, your allyship is so, like, I always tell folks, if you want to, you know, if I say that it takes, like, for example, it takes like people who are not Black trans women to speak to other folks who are also not Black trans women to talk about why it's important. It can't be just be Black trans women saying over and over again, our lives matter. It has to be other people too. And it can't just be Black people out here screaming, hey, our lives matter. I mean, Mitch, you've really stepped to the plate, and I know you don't do it for the accolades, and you're probably embarrassed, and I can see you're turning red already because everyone's looking at you. And I know you do not like you like attention, but like not a lot, but like in small doses, but not too much. And this is probably too much.
This is, it's making me think about my words before I say them. But
because I will cancel you.
But no, thank you. That means a lot to me. I'm really happy to be your friend and help out. And something that really resonated with me last year was, the conversations that we were having about this problem, that this country suffers from with racism. It can't be solved by the people that are suffering from the problem.
Yeah.
It has to be the people that are the oppressors that are recognizing it and changing. So I'm happy that I can be here to help and do all that.
Yeah, I love you. I appreciate every single person. Thank you all so much for joining me. I think I'm gonna keep this video up. This feels like I didn't say anything embarrassing or do anything ridiculous, and I am gonna have someone comb through my 24-hour stream with a fine-tooth comb and pluck out the best 40 minutes because it was bananas. And I think that I honestly think I want to do one every year. Maybe not actually on my birthday. Mitch, what do you think about that? And Mitch is like, bitch.
Oh, somebody just commented in the chat. Did you forget you talked about Chick-fil-A in this video?
You know what? I did what I did. Like I said before, I was young and I needed the money. I was young and I needed the money. But I was thinking to myself, if I do a 24-hour stream, maybe not on my actual birthday, but around my birthday, because we could use that to, I was thinking about we could pick charities and raise money for other charities, because I really think that Black Queer Town Hall will get to a place where we won't need crowdsourcing and we'll just have the funding. But I still want to be able to use my platform to raise that money for people who really need it. And I think if we did it, girl, that was with no promotion, anything, $67,000. Imagine what we could do if people look forward to it every year.
Yeah, that's amazing. You should, like I said, I told you this before, but you should be really proud of yourself. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. All right, everyone. I appreciate y'all. Please post on the Patreon to let us know when you're doing these. Not all of us are into it. I know. This was me having a little last minute moment. Usually on the Patreon, thank you, Empire. We post our viewing schedule, but this was kind of me being I'm just trying to get up in here and have a little moment. The last time I did one of these impromptu things, it was right after, I don't want to say her. She who shall not be spoken. The one with the high top shoes, who has a network. It was when we were having the fallout with her, and that was a wild. We were crying. It was wild. That was a wild one. But that was Patreon exclusive.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Oh Lord, how long has it been since that happened? That feels like forever ago. All right. Thank you all so much for your time. Thank you so much, Mitch. Mitch, I'm gonna call you on the phone after this. I just hit stop stream, right?
Yeah, you just hit stop stream, but we'll still be in the Zoom until you leave the meeting.